Today's guest is gonna make you feel good. Do you want to know why? Well, Larry Sprung, founder of Mitlin Financial, is on a joy mission. Larry, welcome to the Real Finfluencers.
Thanks for having me, Laura. I thought you were going to say I'm going to make them feel good because my old videos are so bad.
We will get there, Larry.
I'm sure we will.
Promise. But I remember the first time I saw you, and it was at a conference, and you had this t-shirt about joy on, and it stood out in a financial advisor space that someone was focused on joy. Where did that come about?
Oh, so that's I'll give you the shortened version of the story, but I was looking to launch my podcast called the Mitlin Money Mindset. My wife, Denise, who's our chief marketing officer, said you need a question that basically brings it all together at the end that you can ask every guest. So I said to her, figure one out. And she came back with, what did you do today that brought you joy? And essentially, we started using that with our guests. It really resonated. They lit up when I started asking them that final question. And, there's a little story that I was online at Disney, online with my family for Rise of the Resistance. And I had that very similar t-shirt on there. And the Disney cast member, broke character, looked at me and said, I ate a bag of Hershey Kisses. And I had no clue what she was talking about in the moment. No idea. I looked back at my family like, what the heck is this crazy person talking about? And my son looked back at me and said, hey, dummy, look at your t-shirt. She's answering your question. And it was really in that moment we knew we were onto something. And since then, we've just heavily leaned into joy as a separating factor for us as people, for us in client and family conversations, and just to bring more joy to the world. And, we're in a divisive environment right now. We feel like everybody could use a little bit more joy. So why not?
It's pretty cool. I have your LinkedIn video posts pulled up, and I would be curious to hear from you what you think when it comes to video is working best for you on LinkedIn these days.
I think, I know LinkedIn is really like this business oriented, environment, and it's supposed to be less personal. So we're finding that the vast majority of the stuff that's working super well is really the personal stuff and the relatable stuff that we try to tie back to certain business elements as well. But we find that those get the best traction. We also use it as a way to share short important clips or statements that our podcast guests talk about, or really impactful insights that we get from a guest during that interview. But it's really that important personal aspect. And we do filter in, like I said, we try to tie it back to some business aspect. We also talk about some business general stuff. But at the end of the day, the stuff that gets the most traction, most interest, it is not, the dry, this is what the OBA said, or, rule by rule, because I think that's out there and it's done. But it's really, hey, have you thought about perhaps these things that the OBBA might have talked about that may impact you, and have you thought about those things? So it's really more personal stuff than anything, direct business generated or canned stuff, if you will.
Let me hop over to Mitlin Financials, because I think you are doing something that has been around for a decade, but so few advisors have embraced. And that is, number one, putting a video in the hero spot of your website. I mean, I think it makes your whole website come to life from the moment you hit it. And then what I love is down here at the bottom, you've got this great personal story about where the name Mitlin came from. And if you hop over, as you well know, to your bio page, which is probably, if we heat mapped this website, the second most hit page, you also have this why story video. Do you find that when you're talking to prospects, they have seen these things?
Oh, 100%. I mean, literally our most asked question, and that was why I created the video. Our most asked question when people used to come in the first time was, okay, I know what you do. I know what I need to do to some degree, but I got to ask you, where does this Mitlin name come from? It's not your name. Nobody works here that's Mitlin. Where did it come from? And that was our most asked question. So rather than, making it a mystery before people came in, we figure let's put it front and center, share the story. People, it may resonate with them and may, entice them to stick around a little bit longer.
Pro tip from Larry, make a list of the questions you get often and make videos about those so you can stop repeating yourself. I am going to share your YouTube channel because it is stunning to me how long you have been in here creating content. I run a video marketing company and I have a quarter of the number of videos on our channel that you have. You have 1,000 videos. So huge kudos to you. And one of my favorite things to do when I hit someone's YouTube channel is click on their oldest. Promise you I do this. There you are, February 7th, 2014. What made you get into video, Larry?
Again, a lot of the great things that have happened here are because of my wife, Denise, who's very involved in our practice as the chief marketing officer. It was a lot of prompting by her. I felt like it was something that it was a way for us to communicate with not only the families we serve, but also other families that might be looking for advice and guidance. And we were, at that time, we were producing a blog article every month anyway. So it was like, maybe we have a little video snippet to go along with it. And that's really why we started it. And, as you could tell, things have definitely progressed and changed over the years. But I think the constant has been that, people don't have necessarily the time or the energy to read even a 3 or 4 minute blog article, but they will watch a video for a minute and a half, and even closed caption it so they don't have to turn the sound on. So it's very impactful, but clearly the way we videoed and the way I was on video back then is nowhere near, where I am today.
I feel like there's a message in here to other advisors out there that you do improve over time, right?
Yes, thankfully.
My last question for you, Larry, is one that's always on financial advisors' minds when we're talking to them about video, and that is results. Is it worth it? Is it worth my time? Is it worth my money? What would you say? How do you gauge ROI from the 11 years of video production you've been doing?
Yeah, that's a great question, and one that I get, very, 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 very often. I would say, before I answer the question directly, I think the first thing that, advisors who are watching this or thinking about diving into video have to think about and follow is, this is not a commitment that you can make, as you've seen by me, and, jump in and do it for a month or two and expect results. It's just not going to happen. I mean, it literally took a couple of years. And I wish I could tell you that at the current state of where we're at, that I could say, hey, we've driven this much revenue, this many new relationships from the video itself. I can't, because it's virtually impossible to track that. I mean, we have situations where people reach out to us and we ask them how they found out about us, and they literally don't remember. All they remember is they were talking to a friend and their friend had them type our name and number into their notes, and they called us, and they don't remember how it ended up there. So I think the important thing is people are looking for video. People are looking for this type of content. So just having it out there gives you additional social proof. So when they're looking for you on the internet or on your website, it just shows a little bit of your personality and who you are and what the firm is about that they may not be getting other places. So I never think from a marketing standpoint, I don't think there's one silver bullet that if you do this, you'll get this and this ROI. This type of return on an investment is really, the return on, well, okay, we have a podcast, we have a book, we're creating video and content, we have media, and all these things are driving people to eventually reach out. And that's really what it's all about. We don't know what that initial maybe point of contact or the last one, but people need multiple points of contact before they reach out to you. I will say this, we are launching a new YouTube channel. We've launched it recently, and that is going to be more geared towards, we are going to be looking for, what the results are directly from there. We're going to be fine tuning that system a little bit to see if we can make that work as some type of lead generation function. But I think you just got to do it and ask people as they come to you, how did you find me? What, did you look at our videos, and delve a little bit deeper? Because if they're watching, then it's helpful, whether they just reached out because of that, or that was the final straw that made them. You want to know that it's a piece of the cog, so to speak, that they are watching them.
Larry, we will drop that new YouTube link into the show notes. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective. And remember, if Larry can do it, you can do it too. And if you need some help building your authority and growing your practice with video, remember that's what we do here at Idea Decanter.